Hi everybody and welcome to the SOE Webcast. I am Lydia Zatoja Pope, the Community Manager for Free Realms. And today we're going to be celebrating the second birthday of Free Realms. The actual birthday is next week, but we wanted to kick the party off a little bit early. Before we get on with our party here, we wanted to just let you know that we had a few maintenance going on with our games and all our SOE games and the forums and the website. Free Realms is actually currently back up, so you can go in and play, but why don't you wait until we finish the webcast so you can get to meet all these cool people here with me. Alrighty, so let's get some introductions here. Who wants to go first? Let's go with you. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Ryan Shannon. I'm a game designer on Free Realms.
Cool.
My name is Travis, and I'm a community service representative.
Nice.
For Free Realms.
I'm Floyd, and I make coffee. No, I'm an
It's
animator
really
on the
good
game.
coffee too.
I'm Andrew, and I'm a customer service rep.
I'm for Ruby. That's all I gotta say about that.
Referee Ruby, everybody knows who you are. And we also have some other voices here behind us. We'll bring them on behind the scenes, I should say. But obviously we have Rajin working the cameras and all the stuff. So say hi, Rajin.
Hey everyone.
There you go. We never get to see him. I'm gonna drag him on here one of these times. We also have Nick Parkinson hiding in the. We have Glip the Gnome hiding in the backgrounds, but we're gonna bring him on a little bit. So we're just gonna start it off with some fun things here. So right now we have the anniversary events that are coming up. I mean the birthday events, which will be turned on tomorrow. So do you want to give us a little background on what's going on with the anniversary events? Birthday events? I keep calling it anniversary.
Yeah. So the birthday events they're starting up. They're starting up next week. 7:30 a.m. tomorrow.
There you go.
And players will be able to participate in the events by helping some of the chefs around Free Realms, the Fabled Realms, bake some cakes as part of a contest, a bake-off, to get the the best birthday cake for the birthday of our awesome game. You might have some problems though, because there's this big dude. I think there's a picture of him back here, Cakenstein, who's this giant mutant cake dude, and he's not too happy with the situation because he wants to be the best cake of everything, of everywhere, and so he might try to ruin the chef's attempts to bake and stuff, and you can help them out by getting rid of Cakenstein. So it should be pretty fun.
I feel kind of sorry for him. He looks a little sad. Aww.
He is kind of sad. He's that guy.
Misunderstood.
He is very misunderstood.
Awesome. Well, I know everybody's looking forward to playing with that. I enjoy the Cakenstein part of it. So let's see, what else can we talk about? For in-game events, we're going to be doing in-game parties like we did last year, all day on Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Every hour on the hour, and we'll have some information on the calendar. So it just relies on this person right here to send this over to the dev team so we can get it on the calendar, but we'll get more news about that on the website as well. But yeah, so we're going to be doing some fun parties where we'll travel around to all the different zones, and you'll be able to see more about that. So one of the other things is that I wanted to bring up today was some of the cool things that we've added over to the game over the years. And I know there have been a lot of things added. But there's some things that really just kind of stick out, like playgrounds, the VIP system, lots, the housing directory, which I absolutely love, and of course the game launching on the PlayStation 3. And then of course there's farming, which just came out, and I love farming, by the way. People are already doing farm art, by the way. Have you seen that? They're making little artwork out of the farm. So basically, I want to find out what kind of things did you guys like that were added over the last year, or since the game launched. Either way.
Well, honestly, my favorite new feature has been farming.
Yes.
I mean, we put a lot of time into making that feature. A lot of people spent a lot of hours working on that, and there's still a lot of things we want to do to it, but I think it's turned out really well, and it's my favorite feature so far of everything that we've done with Free Realms.
Yeah. Well, I know Referee Ruby back there loved farming, right?
Yeah, I've wasted a large amount of my weekend so far.
All right. What else? What else have you liked over the year?
Bicycles, the bicycles.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
the
it's pretty cool.
bicycles! They're
It's
so
really cool.
cute. I don't have a bicycle yet. I need to get one.
I think the Treasure Trader came out with the Clockwork Cowboy set. That was one of my favorite sets.
Oh
So
wow.
it's really cool steampunk style.
Nice.
Housing, definitely housing.
Ugh.
I
All
built
the-
up a Seaside Castle. It's pretty nice.
Oh, I have
Not
a.
bad.
I made a castle on the Briar Spore lot. It's awesome. Briar Spore. Black
Black
Spore.
Spore.
Black Spore. I'm getting all my zones mixed up.
Briarwood, Blacksport.
I'm new,
Could go
okay?
either
Give me a
way.
break. But I do have a castle, and I'm actually going to show off my castle at the house party on Tuesday. So what else? Anybody else got their
I
favorite
was
stuff?
glad when the Hydra animation was finished. 'Cause that took forever.
Really, like
Yeah.
the multiple heads. That
Yeah.
wasn't
Well,
the
the problem is there's 3 necks, right, and then a tail, and each one of those has like 10 movers on it. So that's what 40 different things to move
Numbers,
just
lots
to get
of numbers.
the heads and the tail to move. So I know Nick was glad I was done with it.
You volunteered for it.
It took forever. I think it came out okay though. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool.
The mount.
the
The
mount.
backup
yeah.
animation with the
It's
2
cool.
heads on one side, the other head on the other side. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when they were at it, but the rides are just, I just absolutely love the rides. And I know my niece and nephews, if they were here right now, they would come in here and just hug whoever decided to put in rides. They love them as well. And they must have every ride they can possibly have. I love the rides. So let's see, one of the other things we want to talk about is favorite moments. Not necessarily favorite things in the game, but is there some crazy story that happened? I know from customer service you guys have some crazy stories. People putting in petitions saying, I'm here, this happened. So let's talk with you guys about it. What kind of crazy petitions, crazy stories can you bring us today?
I'm referee Crimson, by the way, for the record, and I remember Spooktacular comes out once a year, and every year people are crazy about it. They don't know when it's coming out. They want to know the exact date. Well, one of the tickets that was submitted was a young kid who wrote a whole song, composed a whole song with lyrics, and they're saying it goes to Thriller. And so I'm reading the ticket and I'm just laughing because people are so stoked about it. So that was probably a good ticket, memorable one, for sure.
Who else got some funny stories back there?
I'm a referee Navy, and I just think some of the funnier stories or tickets I've received is the whole werewolf versus vampire drama going on. It's always interesting when people report the vampires for being mean or the werewolves for biting them. So those are always great tickets to take.
Yeah. I know when I was doing GM for other games, there was always like someone who didn't really know what was happening to them, and their petitions always seemed like they were really scared. Do you guys get petitions like that? Like, I don't know what happened.
The Rickroll boombox.
Yeah, when they're
Rickroll.
great.
Oh.
When they're great cast
When
up.
that first came out, people were like, why am I a guy?
Why am I a waiter?
Yeah, one
right?
kid thought it turned people into waiters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just run around
Waiter.
Kind of looks like
panicking.
a waiter, I guess.
Or just recently with titles coming out and people logged in and they had
Oh, yeah.
titles and they were freaking out. Why did my name change? I'll change it back.
Yeah.
And so we taught a lot of players how to change their titles, and they all were appreciative.
Yeah, so one of my favorite, not necessarily stories, but basically my favorite moment, story, whatever, is player housing. The way the players have been so creative with their housing, the things they make for them, like we see them all during the house party Tuesdays, and some of the things that people make is like, I don't know how much time they spent on doing it, but they come up with some of the most creative creations. We went to one on this past Tuesday, and I saw home theater systems. I saw somebody had created, a stage using non-staged actual stage items. It just crazy items. Somebody had built an AFK sign in their home. Somebody built a carnival games section, and it was just like, it's amazing what they've built in there. Have you guys experienced, have you done housing yourself? Built things? Any crazy things?
My beautiful castle. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be a sand castle, but it looks more like it was made out of Twinkies. But it's getting there. I've been farming to save money for it.
Yeah.
I saw a really cool cathedral. Somebody mimicked, I forgot which cathedral it was, but it was a full scale, 10 floors, 20 floors. It was
Wow.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
think that's what it was, yeah.
Which one?
The Duomo. It's
Duomo?
like an Italian cathedral.
Yeah,
The real
it's
one
great.
is
Oh,
on
okay.
the dance floor inside.
It's very
Yeah.
classic.
It should have a dance floor.
Well, you know what's funny about that too is that like when housing first went in and you could build stuff, I was like, I'm gonna build something cool and then I'll show it off. And I built like this little 8-bit alien guy, and I thought it was awesome. And then I logged in and somebody had this entire like huge monument built already, and I was like, not that impressive anymore.
Well, one of the amazing things about it is how people have been able to do it, because they don't just build it on the ground on one floor. They stack up items to go all the way up to the highest max that they can actually get to. And you guys have put in like items that help them, like the little elevator lifts and everything that help them with that. And I think this is great. I love it. So another favorite thing that I think we really need to talk about is the in-game events that we do. Not just the ones that community runs or development runs, because this guy back here just came from doing an event, which is awesome. But the players have run their own events. They have parties in their homes where they invite players to, and I think those are like something that we really want to push more people to do, because I think a lot of players have fun at doing those things. It just kind of breaks them from their normal habits and whatnot, And I know what type of events do you guys do for players?
I had
I
a
know.
fish party once.
Fish party.
Impromptu. Let's all be fish in a river.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of creative parties that we can encourage players to do. Like they can throw their own luau's in Seaside, and they can create their own little monster bash from turning into creatures and then having just everybody's just maybe everybody's Kakenstein, maybe everybody's one of the what's the monster called that they turn the
Which one?
Stoneheart, the Valentine boss.
yes. What is
Stoneheart. the big
Stoneheart,
fat
yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. Parties like that were the themed parties, and it's just dancing and why don't you tell them about the event that you did today?
Well, today was kind of weird because I started doing this last week just because I don't smoke, and a lot of guys when they go on break they go outside and smoke. So in between animations, I would jump in the game usually, and I've been playing for a while now, and a lot of times when I go in, people report to me anyway, so it turned into a party anyway. So a couple weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, we did cat herding.
Right.
Just to do it. So everybody rode on a mount and chased their cats around. And we started in Snow Hill and went all the way down to Black Spore Swamp. And then today, I was going to do the walk from, we were going to start at, where were we going to start? Somewhere, Seaside, I think, and walk to Shrouded Glade. And then the pool party was today. So you told me about that. So then I was like, well, we'll just go to the pool party and we'll walk from there. So we went there and we started to walk, and it took us forever just to walk out of the caves.
Oh yeah.
So we got as far as, I think, the other side of Sanctuary, and then we're like, all right, the webcast starts really soon, so now it's a run. Go! And yeah, I think we lost a lot of people, but it's cool though now that farming's in, because you have to go into the overworld. It's not just, get seeds or buy seeds and plant them. Like, you have to go around. I mean, you can do that, but you also want to go around and harvest plants and stuff. There's so many people running around in the overworld now in places where you wouldn't see people. And there's a lot of posts on the forums where people are like, were these rabbits always in this waterfall? They're seeing stuff that's been in there since launch that nobody ever really saw before, which is kind of cool.
Right.
So there's a lot of set dressing pieces like that where like the rabbits in the waterfall don't do anything. They just scrub their faces, But it's something cool to see that, you may not have noticed before. So, and a lot of people are finding more of the Elite Explorer tokens too that they couldn't find before, because now they have a reason to search everywhere. So it's kind of cool to see that happening too.
Yeah, actually, I'm guilty of looking for those things. One of my New Year's Eve spent, I think it was this year or last year, I don't remember which one. It was last year. My New Year's Eve was spent looking for rare Explorer tokens with my niece and nephews, and that's how I spent New Year's Eve. And it was awesome, because we found so many of them. Yeah, and we stopped for a moment to say, oh yeah, Happy New Year, and then we went back to playing. So, But yeah, I think that's speaking of like hard to find places. I forgot to mention before, one of the other things that we added in were the jump pads. The jump pads are just so much fun, and they can help you get to some of those hard to reach places. And the dev team actually put in things within those some of those places that people couldn't get to before. What's the one place behind the Pixie Wood sign, right? Didn't you guys put a special area behind there?
Yeah, there's a private party back there.
Yeah, and and players were back behind there before there was even anything there. So,
There's a lot of stuff, I think, that gets driven by that. The players ask for stuff or say, how come we can't do whatever? And one of the things people wanted to do a lot was to walk in the game.
Mhm.
And from an animation standpoint, that's something we needed anyway, was to have a walk animation, because the way the animation system works, the character's standing and then they're running, but there's a walk animation that has to play between there. So every character in the game already had a walk. It's just a matter of the code kind of giving access to the players to make their characters do that. So right now you hold the shift key and you can walk. And a lot of people have asked if there's a way to like force your character to walk all the time. So I don't know if that'll ever happen. But that's the kind of thing. And also jumping when you're in the water. That was the kind of thing that people asked for. And when we were talking about putting it in, one of the guys in code was like, well, why would you want to jump out of the water? Why would you not want to jump out of the water?
Why would you not want to jump out of the water?
If I could
Exactly.
be in a swimming pool and then jump 12 feet in the air, I'd do that every time I got in the pool. And then I'd probably be asked to leave the YMCA. But
Okay, so before we close out, I want to bring our producer on here just to talk a little small about what's coming up in the game. I know you're all talk about it, so if you don't mind, let's get him go over here.
Oh, now I feel
so we
bad.
can get the. Well, no, we'll bring him back on. We're gonna bring him back on. You can stand back there if you want.
What you don't see is we just tossed him into a pit, actually.
Oh yeah. Ah! So everybody, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Nick Parkinson, aka Glip the Gnome. I'm the producer of Free Realms. Oh, where's the camera? Oh, there it is.
It's
Okay.
right there. Alrighty, so what do we got coming up this year?
Well, like you already mentioned, the birthday event's flipping on tomorrow morning, so that's the next big thing coming up.
Woot!
Yay. And then, so I've talked a little bit on the forums about the next two big things we have coming up, ranching and then dining. Now, I don't want to get, these are a little ways out still. It's not like happening next week or the week after that. These are kind of longer term plans.
Months.
Yeah. Yes. We're not going to let Ryan actually leave for most of it, so maybe faster. But yeah, so these are longer term plans, but those are the next two big things we have. Ranching will be first, and I can't spill the beans on too much of it yet.
Right, I know.
Got to save some of it, but there's a lot to look forward to. We'll put it that way.
I saw you were answering posts about it on the forums, or trying to answer what you could about it.
Yeah,
on
and
the
there's a
forums.
couple other big things, like for instance, if there's fans of music out there, which I'm assuming there all are, there's some pretty cool stuff coming to Free Realms this summer that you might look for, maybe in the realm of concerts or that sort of thing. So
Nice.
that's all I can say about that for now.
Oh, wait, what else can we get him to spill out?
No, that's
Let's
it.
see.
That's it.
What about, oh wait, I was told not to ask that question.
But-
Oh.
No.
No, you can't read it. I'm going to sneakily ask you that the next time. I don't know. Alrighty, well, you have any closing statements that you want to mention about the birthday?
We're excited to get it out there again. It's those of us who were around last year remember Cake and Sign, and it was a lot of fun. And I believe you said at the beginning, don't log in yet, but log in now, please. It's all good to go. So if you were to hop in, start playing again.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next week when we do the in-game party. Take care, everybody.
see ya.
Bye.